Okay, in this video we're going to be checking out the Airblade Intrepid V2 Pro 3-inch. This also comes in a 3-inch light version and a 4-inch version. I already did a review on the frame, so if you want to see more details on how the frame was put together and all that, put a card in the corner to that video. You guys can watch that. I'm not going to cover all those details right now. Obviously you can get the 4-inch version if you want different arms. The arms are replaceable and removable. I'm just going to cover the build and the parts I used, and then we'll show you the flight demo footage. You're probably going to see more of this frame because this is actually going to be one of my favorites, I think. So this turned out to be a pretty good build. Anyway, so once you put the frame together, what I did is I started off with the stack. Of course, you have the 4-in-1 AC and the flight controller, and this stack here is the HGLRC F420 stack. It's the new pinless stack. So it's a 20 amp 4-in-1 AC plus F4 flight controller. It's their new part. It's a little bit, bigger in terms of size, but it fits on this frame no problem. And it does use the M3 screws and stuff there. I did have to get a little creative in the way I mounted my stack here. I didn't use the standard nylon hardware that came with the stack, so I could get this to fit in this 20mm space here between the bottom plate and the top plate. So that's something to keep in mind in terms of building it. But you can see here it's not too complicated. I just used some washers and stuff that I had lying around and to fill in the gaps. I used one long nylon screw coming through the bottom up to the top here. Put that together, and then the camera, of course, I'm using is the Runcam Split Mini here. 2-board stack. Have that mounted underneath here in this 20x20 stack here, and then on top of that is a kind of generic video transmitter. I just wanted to try that out. It was pretty inexpensive. I think it was like $11 or $12. It does 200 milliwatts. I'll put a link in the description to this video transmitter, but I think that you'd probably be better off getting the HGLRC video transmitter. That's the TX20. I'll put both of them in the description. It does cost twice as much though, so keep that in mind. But that one does up to 350 milliwatts, and it does have a little bit cleaner video than this one here. This generic one that I'm using. And then I have a Fox here Lollipop 2 antenna on a micro FL connector that connects to the video transmitter, and that just gets the antenna routed underneath here on top of the flight stack, along with my XM Plus receiver. So yeah, the build's pretty simple, not too complicated. I've shown several of these kinds of dual stack builds before, so not a whole lot to talk about there. And in terms of the motors here, can't really talk a whole lot about the motors because these are prototype motors from EMAX. They're 1408s, and they're these B style, which means they use the T style props here with the 2 screws on the top. And yeah, this is I don't know when it's going to be out. I don't have any details on in terms of like timing or pricing or any of that stuff, so there's not going to be a link in the description because it's not even for sale yet. However, this is this motor here, it's a 1408 size and 3600 kV, and it's kind of competing with the new Rotor Riot motor, the Brat motor. I think that's a 1407 size and 4140 kV, so similar size. This one's a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, and a little bit lower kV, so you get a little bit better flight time on this one. I think I got about 4 minutes of flight time in the flight time that you'll see. But the point of this motor here with the T-style prop is that you lose the stem, the motor shaft, and the nut, and that's about 4 to 5 grams of weight, so it does save a lot of weight along with the open bottom design. So I think this is going to be the new trend in micro motors for the, I think we're looking in the 12, 13, 14 size motors with the T-style prop. You do save a lot of weight over the traditional 5mm motor shaft and nut. Anyway, the overall weight here in the build that you see without the battery, it comes in at 175 grams, so pretty reasonable rate I think for this. And also, if you had noticed with the style of this frame here, this frame can support a GoPro on top here. The Runcam, the GoPro Session 5, which actually isn't made anymore, but you could actually use like a Runcam 3 or something, or a Fox Gear box. Fits on top fine. When there's a little slot here for the battery shaft if you want to run it around. And I didn't fly it with the Session on there, but I'm pretty sure this setup here will carry the weight no problem. This 1408 motor has a ton of power, so if you want to build this and fly a GoPro Session on there, you're probably going to need at least like a 1407 motor at minimum. You could go with a 1306, but I think that you'll find that's not enough power, or even a 1404. So I would recommend a 1407 or 1408 motor, and on this frame if you want to carry a GoPro around. So, but it can do that if you want to. Anyway, go ahead and show you some flight demo footage. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.